But that company now has assembled an enormous portfolio of casino hotels that they own as the landlord. And Vici Properties itself owns, I think, about 600 acres along the Strip.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
We've got some new stuff happening down the Strip now too, right? So what's going on down the Strip?
A lot. Really over the last year and a half, we've just seen an enormous number of properties change hands. The biggest, there's a new landlord that basically dominates much of the Strip now, Vici Properties. It was a spinoff from Caesars when Caesars was coming out of bankruptcy back in, I think it was 2015, 2016.
Right.
And it was basically just a real estate investment trust to hold the Caesars properties. But that company now has assembled an enormous portfolio of casino hotels that they own as the landlord, and Vici Properties itself owns, I think, about 600 acres along the Strip.
Wow.
I can't think of any landlord right now that has more property on the Strip than Vici. So I'm pretty sure they're the biggest, and they significantly expand their holdings by acquiring MGM's real estate spinoff last year, and I think it was like a $17 billion deal.
Right.
And so you've seen all these properties, and in addition to that, there have been many other properties that have changed hands. A lot of times just being sold to a landlord. So like the Blackstone Group out of New York,
right.
They were buying tons of real estate in Vegas coming out of the housing crash,
right.
Buying up hundreds, maybe thousands of single family homes to turn into rentals. Then they started buying a lot of apartment complexes. They bought the Cosmo. And then in 2019, they became essentially just a rent collecting landlord on the Strip when they bought the Bellagio for a little over $4 billion. They've since gone on to acquire MGM Grand, Mandalay Bay, Aria, Vidara. So
wow.
they also have a huge collection of properties now on the Strip, and a lot of those deals were last year as well. And now we're seeing new projects take shape. Tillman Fertitta out of Houston from the restaurant chain Landry's. He acquired, I think it was about 6 acres a couple of months ago for $270 million, I want to say, right in the heart of the Strip, right at Harmon and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Right.
There's talk, I don't think he's filed plans with the county yet, but there's talk that he wants to build an upscale hotel there. Just south of that, there's a landlord out of New York called Gindy Capital. They recently got approvals from the county to build, I think it was like a 3 or 4 story, 200,000 or 300,000 square foot retail complex on the Strip. So we're definitely seeing plans for new construction move ahead. Fountain Blue, obviously, they're pushing ahead to open at the end of next year.
Right.
So there's been a lot of activity on the Strip over the last year and a half.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio.